Lately the theme of uh, characters, schoolers, high schoolers, uh, navigating their future and trying to communicate with parents for the best options becomes quite popular. And this, like, on this channel specifically, this theme covering like at least my last two streams or something. So we talked about Holland Harper recently, and winter, spring, summer, or fall movie. And this is the same type of story, but with some kind of uh, different approach. So let's see the like characters and what it looks like. And the story begins with Justin, our main character, just attends this party, and this is like uh the party of Keisha's friend Chloe. So the official description of this episode is quite accurate. Like, um, after a chance meeting at a party, Justin and Keisha catch feelings fast. So we can see that uh, from the beginning he's quite like on the defensive mood. He's so like closed. He's not like letting feelings like catch him immediately. And even those adults at this party, they all trying to hit on him, but nobody actually succeeded. So his type of character is like similar to what we've been talking my last stream, like Canon from The Sex Lives of College Girls. That type of character is pretty similar to this Justin character. And Keisha attended that party, of course, because this is her friend's party, and they met each other like first time since their childhood, because in their childhood they were like friends or something, but after that they never met, or they had never like the real chance to get to know each other. So this is like the first time they met each other from that point. And he doesn't really recognize her immediately, but she does, and it's like getting feeling of one-sided like one-sided feelings that Keisha definitely has, but he's trying to be like more open at this party, but only with her. And I think if she never approached him, like if it was never written like this, she approaches him at this party, probably like the whole story never happened. But I think that this is like kind of the story that is like no matter what, it should be like they meet each other at this point, and later they have to fall in love. There is no way it should go any other like way, because from the beginning you feel that this is so predictable in terms of how everything going on, and we can see that there is like 4 episodes of like cliche drama, a lot of talking, but not really no actions, like nothing really like, surprising. But the best part probably coming like after episode 4 or something. So we have to be a little bit patient probably to get this TV show proper chance, and to let it shine actually. So and the main thing about Justin character is that he's so like obsessed with the music. So he's like a beat maker, but he doesn't like do any lyrics or something. And at the same time, he is like destiny already written by his mother that he's gonna be a basketball player, like at the higher possible level, and there's gonna be some type of school when he's gonna be accepted. So this is like his character, if we talking like shortly, and at the beginning of the TV show, it doesn't really seem like something special, this type of characters from Euphoria, Elite, they are everywhere actually. They like not completely outcast, but they not like totally dominant characters. And it's mostly like it feels like more balanced than if it was like completely dominant, or like kind of Nate from Euphoria is complete dominant person when he doesn't really reflecting any other feelings but those bad guy vibes. This is the only thing we can say about him from the Euphoria. But in this TV show, you trying to like find the more of those characters, and you trying to actually understand why you should like it, or why you should keep watching it, and you're trying to start finding those things. And I found like a little, but I still think that it could have been a lot more, like in terms of characters development and something. And when we talk about, like, for example, Keisha character, it's given more development, I think, at some point when we got to know that her like sex tape or something was leaked, and she has this past that she's still trying to work out. And he didn't really know anything about that sex tape leaked, and this is like first time they were really like communicating, and it felt like real. And the discussion of that situation and how she got sent around depressed and all that after sex tape leaked, we starting to really feel like this character has something to show, And I think they could have, they could have just done something similar with his character, because we had this past of Keisha, but we never really got something about his past, like something real, like something like a real big deal, something he's trying to, you know, fix. And the other detail about his character, and that he has his mother who is trying to overprotect his every move, and he's trying to actually so much like be a part of that relationship with Keisha. And this feels kind of like too much at some point. Like, he seems like an adult. He is an adult, and Keisha is. But this relationship with mother, like, she's trying to get his phone arrested for his actions, this type of punishment I would never really understand, because he's not even that age, to do something like this. And basically this has nothing to do with the script, but it's only creating another argument between them, like he was ghosting her because he didn't have his phone to text her. So this is just another reason for fights, but it has nothing to do with the script overall. And a lot of these little situations with he's getting blocked, he blocked her on Instagram, they couldn't text each other. Throughout the series, this happens multiple times, this blocking, ghosting shit. And it's a little bit childlike relationship. I would prefer that mom and just get away, completely just out of this. And we have the supportive characters like Chloe, Keisha's friend, who is basically kind of balancing this relationship, but she is not completely she's not completely in this TV show. She's multiple, she is there multiple times. We can see her discussion of the relationships and all that stuff, but I didn't feel her presence in this, because it's it's just not enough to understand her character. And I really just went to check what actress it is and what her characters were before this TV show, and the only thing I found is her participation in the Sex Lives of College Girls. Again, we every stream probably we run into the Sex Lives of College Girls TV show, because it's that road that you just cross every time. Wherever you go, you're just crossing this street. And this is the type of TV show is that road you could not avoid. This is the only way to go through. And since it has a lot of characters, a lot of actors involved, of course it's inevitable to see some similar characters or something to compare, and I like to compare this College Girls TV show to almost every TV show we discuss, because they all are like kind of similar, because they all just about high school, about all that college stuff, and how they trying to get better after graduation, and how they like navigating all that with their parents, how they trying to again find their way in this life. And this is like the most common thing on this channel. If you know that we've discussed a lot of stuff before like this. So this is the point when we get to know better what happened to that sex tape or something, like she was sent around, and this was like the main problem of this like story that caused a lot of issues for both parties, his and hers. And this is like her ex-boyfriend who basically leaked that sex tape, but she never really discussed this moment with her mother or anyone, because she preferred just to silence it and be quiet. And this is like the only situation where she could be not suspended by her mother, because if she tries to be more aggressive with this dude, her mother like starts questioning her about what happened with this dude, because this dude is like they said like he's LeBron or future LeBron, and like her mother she sees her daughter with this dude and with nobody else, like this is the only future for her daughter, like and this is why she never actually brought it up, the sex tape. And probably the only person she actually brought it up with Justin, and after they discussed the whole thing, like how it happened and how it affected the life of hers, and it started like do better, because the whole thing is just starts giving vibe and starts like getting its style, something like that doesn't resemble like every time I see it like another TV show like Euphoria or something, because I couldn't help myself but compare it to multiple projects I've seen before. And when it comes to love scenes and all the like dramatic moments, like in the train or something, the visual part of this TV show is so decent. It's like the mix of Euphoria style with a little bit from like a little bit from everything you like from like this decade, so basically you can see like different approaches, but it's still giving like its own vibe, and the vibe is pretty good. It feels more unique probably when we got to know everything about that leaking and about everything that happened in the past. And after like first half of the season, we can really enjoy this TV show because first four episodes probably just for you to get to know everything, but after like episode 4, you can actually start like you know, effortlessly just enjoy it. And I didn't really like, you know, I didn't really try to like it, but I really liked it, like, you know. And it's important because it's not, you know, for me it's not that easy to like TV show because just a lot of them, and to choose the best option and to spend your time like uh like to make it real quality time, you have to be like more accurate and more specific with your preferences. And when it comes to my preference, this is definitely meet them, and this meet all my expectations about what good TV show of 2025 should look like. So let's say like this is another Euphoria type of TV show, but it's completely different story with just little parts that's similar to every other project, like, you know. But when you see the whole thing, it's definitely something like worth watching, you know. And at some point we can see the characters, they trying to change, and not only visually, because they changed a lot, like visually throughout the season. We can see that all the hair just gone and they look like completely different persons, but they start to think and act differently. And this is really good because you can see that growth of characters. You can see how they improve because they didn't just, you know, stick to that one type of storyline. They actually shown us like different periods and how characters going through those situations, like, you know, like, and we've getting multiple points from childhood to like their graduation, you know. And this is really good, like, narrative structure, you know, kind of similar to Hole and Harper, when we've got a lot from different periods and I couldn't even follow what like period it was or what point of that TV show I was watching at that moment, or something like I was completely like losing the track of everything, you know. But this is more balanced in terms of like different moments and different periods of their high school life. And after actually he's chosen music career over his basketball career, it's got upset his mother, and of course it's not what they like his parents expected, and it's getting him into the situation when there is only one person who actually like understands his choice. And Kisha, he insisted that he giving up on the idea to go to college for basketball and to stick to the music career. And like at some point he is just completely changed his mind and doing that music thing. And when we try to compare basketball future of this character, like basketball career, and his music, like him striving for creating beats music, I'm kind of confused, because these things, they are quite similar, like in terms of the like basketball education or something. It's, of course, it's a lot of work and it's long road. Of course, it's like the most probably expensive sport if you're doing basketball, you know. But on the other hand, like the music career is something even more expensive probably, but it doesn't take a lot of your health, like, and it doesn't take a lot of your like physical involvement. But what I mean is that if it was not basketball but something like completely opposite of the music, like, because music, basketball, it's more like matching the street style, like the hip hop, the street, all that vibe there. But if we like talking about something like completely opposite of creating music or basketball, it should have been something like math or literature or like chemistry, and it would have been like better contrast, because if he's chosen music over like math or chemistry or something, like that would have been real problem for his parents, because when you have your choice and it went from like one industry to completely different, like to completely different like world, because those like completely different, they are from completely different like industries, and probably they like never meant to be like crossing each other. But still, like I wanted that contrast, of him choosing his career, and it would have created more drama and probably more questions for him and his parents, and the whole argument would have been more like real and reasonable. But since it's just basketball and music, I don't see a lot of like differences, because in both ways he has pretty like the same chances to succeed, either it's basketball or it's music. It's like always 50-50 if you will be that successful basketball player, or if you gonna just be like a real popular beat maker or like DJ or something. Like probably it's like not a good contrast, and this is my point about like the whole thing, because this is giving a lot of fights and arguments, and this TV show consists basically of those discussions, where they gonna go after high school, and if it was better contrast to choose between like completely different futures, it would have been better for the whole story, because I would have felt that the choices, they are worth to think about, and the whole thing would have been just better, in my opinion, And when he finally decided to give up on that future that his parents destined to him, Keisha, she actually was the only person who really supported him after this choice. But we never have seen we never have seen his parents' reaction after he decided to get this year gap from college. And we only saw how they reacted the moment he told them that he's not going to go the place they chose, but he's gonna go for the music. But after this, something really missing, because we should have got something his relationship with his parents after this moment, when he completely chose the opposite, not the opposite, but the other way, and we should have got something to see how his relationship with his parents changed since that point, and that would have been really good for this TV show and for characters overall, because all the changes, they are good, but some parts, it seems like some parts are missing, and they just broke up on this point, and it's probably getting season 2 or something, because how it ended. But I think that it could have been ended even in this season, because just give it more proper moments with parents and with all that, after high school thing, how it looks like. Because if we got something, there is no reason for season 2. I mean, we see how their lives changed. We already know what they are gonna do after summer break, and we would have known if they're gonna be together or not. But now it feels like a cliffhanger for season 2, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna watch season 2, because this season wasn't really perfect, but it would have been perfect if they added more context, this is the main thing that so important for story, the context and more variety of narrative. So this is my real fresh opinion after just watching. I've just completed watching it, and I think this is pretty decent, but at the same time it could do better if if it has probably one more episodes or something. but still it's pretty decent TV show. And if you're trying to choose between like all the latest TV shows, and movies, I would definitely not recommend you uh what it is Bad Influence from Netflix Spain. That shit awful. Never watch it. It's like complete waste, Choose something that you would really like, and to avoid all the stuff like that movie, Bad Influence, you have to be like more precise with your choices, if you're not gonna just, fall asleep throughout the movie or something. Because this is the good thing when your choice met all your expectations, and your time is gonna be spent like really good, So thank you for watching. I see you next time with another TV show or reality show or movie, and we will see what is gonna be. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.